Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Is PPT visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In last lecture, I told about serializability. Okay. What is the meaning of serializability? Let me know. Deves, what is the meaning of serializability?
So the ability to serialize the contents.
Serializability ensures the isolation property. Okay. And if your non-serial schedule is serializable, it indicates that database will always remain in consistent state. Did you get it? Hello.
Yes, sir.
And if your non-serial schedule is not equivalent to any serial schedule, which gives the same result, it indicates that your non-serial schedule may keep the database in consistent state and may not keep in consistent state. No guarantee. That's why your non-serial schedule must be serializable. Again, there are two types of serializability. One is conflict serializability and another one is view serializability. View serializability. In conflict serializability, after swapping the non-conflicting instructions, if we get any serial schedule without affecting the end result, then we can say that this non-serial schedule is conflict equivalent to a serial schedule, and it guarantees that your database will remain in consistent state. Now, as you already know what is the conflicting instructions and what is the non-conflicting instructions. If II and ij belongs to Ti and Tj respectively, and both transactions are accessing different data items, then there will be no confliction. And if both transactions access the same data item and both are read instructions, then also there will be no confliction. And these types of the instructions are non-conflicting instructions. And if both are accessing the same data item and one of the instructions is write instructions, then we will say that this is the conflicting instructions. So here we swap non-conflicting instructions and find out any serial schedule. Why? Because serial schedule always keep database in consistent state. If we have any logical serial equivalent of that non-serial schedule, then obviously you can say that database is taking guarantee to keep database in consistent state. And again, one algorithm to find out whether the given non-serial schedule is conflict serializable or not. And in that algorithm, we will draw a graph or precedence graph or conflict graph or directed graph in which each transaction is represented by node, and then we will draw an edge from Ti to Tj if any one of the three conditions satisfy. If Ti access data item Q and perform read operations before Tj perform write operations on Q, or Ti perform write operations on Q before Tj perform read operations on Q, or Ti performs write operations on Q before Tj perform write operations on Q. And if cycle occurs in that precedence graph, it indicates that your non-serial schedule is not conflict serializable. Schedule is not conflict serializable if we found cycle in the graph. If we found cycle in the graph. And this is a very important topic, and questions have been asked from this topic in GATE examination and AKTU examination. Now, second type is view serializability. Conflict serializable is more stringent than view serializability. Or we can say that conflict serializability, constants of conflict serializability is more strict than view serializability. That's why we can say that every conflict serializable schedule is view serializable schedule, but vice versa is not true. For view serializability, there are three conditions. Please let me know what are the three conditions in view serializability. Devesh, I have already explained all the conditions of view serializability. So please let me know all three conditions of view serializability. First condition is, suppose we have two schedule S and S dash. If any transaction Ti read initial value of data item Q, then that transaction must read initial value of that data item in S dash also. Same transaction. And if any transaction Tj perform final write operations on Q, then that transaction must perform final write operations on Q in S dash also. अगर कोई ट्रांजैक्शन Ti इनिशियल वैल्यू रीड कर रहा है इन एस शेड्यूल में, तो उसी को इनिशियल वैल्यू ऑफ क्यू को रीड करना होगा. अगर दूसरा ट्रांजैक्शन कर रहा है, इसका मतलब फर्स्ट कंडीशन इज नॉट सेटिस्फाइड. इफ एनी ट्रांजैक्शन Tj परफॉर्म फाइनल राइट of Q, then same transaction must perform final write of Q in S dash also. Final write of Q in S dash also. If Ti performs initial read of Q in S schedule, then same transaction must perform initial read of Q in S dash schedule. And third condition, if Tj perform read operations on Q which is produced by Ti, then in S dash schedule also same order. In this also Tj should perform read operations on Q which is produced by Ti. Then only we can say that S and S dash are view equivalent. If we satisfy all these three conditions for each data item, this is also important for each data item. Suppose there are P, Q and R data items, then for each data item, these three conditions should be satisfied. And if these three conditions are satisfied, then only we can say that S and S dash are view equivalent. First condition, if any transactions Ti perform initial read on Q data item, so that must be same in S dash. Same transaction must perform initial read operations on Q. If any transactions Tj performs final write of Q in S, that must be same in S dash. If any transactions T perform read operations which is produced by any other transactions Ti, then that must be same in S dash schedule also. Then only we can say that S and S dash are view equivalent. S and S dash are view equivalent. And if you want to find out whether the given non-serial schedule is view equivalent or not, then first see whether that non-serial schedule is conflict serializable or not. If that schedule is conflict serializable, then obviously that schedule will be view serializable. There is no need to check any constants. But if that non-serial schedule is not conflict serializable, then we will find out whether blind write exists in the schedule or not. Blind write means without reading. If any transactions perform write operations, then that is called blind write. If blind write exists in the non-serial schedule, then there may be possibility of view serializability. And then we will check all the three conditions, and if non-serial schedule and given serial schedule satisfy all these three conditions for each data item, then we will say that non-serial schedule is view equivalent. There is no algorithm to find out whether the given non-serial schedule is view equivalent or not. Why? Because this is NP complete problem. View serializability is a NP complete problem. Why? Because we will find out all the serial schedules and then one by one we will check whether that non-serial schedule is equivalent to this serial schedule or not. So if there are 10,000 transactions in the system which are executed concurrently, then there may be possibility of factorial 10,000 and very difficult to find out the factorial 10,000 or 1 lakh. One by one, if we'll check, then in polynomial we cannot, in polynomial time we can't solve this problem. That's why it is called NP complete problem. Did you get it? Hello, please let me know. Hello, Devesh, I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Whatever I am saying, did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Now let me know what are the 3 conditions of use eligibility.
Sir, first,
Yeah. You are unmute. Devesh. You are mute. Please unmute yourself. What is it?
sir, the TJ is equal to not
Again listen. Please unmute yourself. Let S and S dash be 2 schedules with the same set of transactions. S and S dash are view equivalent if the following 3 conditions are met for each data item Q. This is very important for each data item Q. First condition, if in schedule S, any transactions Ti, T1, T2 or T3 reads the initial value of Q, then in S dash also same transactions Ti must read the initial value of Q. Initial readers must be same for all data items in both the schedule. Did you get it?
yes, sir.
Second one, if in the schedule S transactions Ti executes read Q and that value was produced by Tj. Suppose this type of the instructions, write Q by T1 and then T2 perform write Q. So this transactions read data item Q which is produced by Ti. Why T1? Why? Because T1 perform write operations on Q. Then same order should be in S dash also. यहां पे उल्टा नहीं हो जाए कि जो T1 प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है उसको यूज करे T1. ठीक है, ये ऑर्डर नहीं होना चाहिए कि पहले ये प्रोड्यूस करे और फिर ये. अब ऐसे करने से क्या हो जाएगा, ये जो
सीक्वेंस सेम रहेगा.
हाँ मतलब ये कॉन्फ्लिक्ट इंस्ट्रक्शन है तो आप स्वैप नहीं कर सकते हो ना. हेलो,
यस
तो
सर.
बात तो वही है जो कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सीरियलाइजेबिलिटी में आपने पढ़ा था कि ये ऑर्डर हमें मेंटेन करना होगा क्योंकि ये कॉन्फ्लिक्टिंग है. डिड यू गेट इट?
यस सर.
Then in schedule S dash also transactions Ti must read the value of Q that was produced by the same write queue operations of Tj. So write read sequence must be same in both the schedule. Third one, the transactions, if any, performs the final write queue operation in S. कोई भी transactions T1, T2, T3 अगर final write operations perform कर रहा है on queue, तो S dash में भी वही transactions final write operations perform करें on queue. तो final writers must be same for all data items in both of the schedule S and S dash. Then we will say that S and S dash are view equivalent. S and S dash are view equivalent. Since there is no algorithm for finding out whether the non-serial schedule is view equivalent or not, then first we will find out whether the given schedule, non-serial schedule, is conflict serializable. If any non-serial schedule is conflict serializable, then it is view serializable.
Sir.
But vice versa is not true. If any non-serial schedule is conflict serializable, then that schedule must be view serializable. But if any schedule is view serializable, then this is not the, that may be conflict serializable and may not be conflict serializable. Did you get it? Hello?
Yes, sir. Sir,
Is there any question?
So my question is second and third conditions are how, sir, ये दोनों different कैसे हैं second and third?
Okay. See this example. This is the schedule T3. This is schedule number 3 and this is the schedule number 6. Now let me know whether these schedules are conflict. Hello?
Yes, sir. तीसरा तो है.
नहीं, whether these two schedules are conflict serializable, whether schedule 3 is conflict serializable or not. Why? Because schedule 6 is serial schedule. So obvious, after swapping the non-conflicting instructions, we get the schedule number 6. That's why schedule 3 is conflict serializable. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Schedule 3 is conflict serializable. Conflict serializable. Why? Because after swapping the non-conflicting instructions, we are getting the serial schedule without affecting the end result. Now, schedule number 3 will be view serializable also. Have you got it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Since schedule 3 is conflict serializable, so I am saying that each conflict serializable schedule is view serializable, but vice versa is not true. And since schedule 3 is view serializable, then all the three conditions should be satisfied. All the three conditions of view serializability should be satisfied. First condition is if any transactions perform initial read on any data item, then that transactions must perform initial read operations on that data item in another schedule. So here see, first time T1 transactions is performing read operations on A, and in this schedule also, T1 is performing read operations on A. And first time T1 operations perform read operations on B. And here also T1 is performing first time read operations on B. So condition number 1 is satisfied. Did you get it? Devesh.
Yes, sir.
Now condition number 2, if any transactions in S perform final write, here see T2 is performing final write on A. And in this schedule also T2 is performing final write on A. Again, in schedule number 3, T2 perform final write on B, and same transactions is performing final write on B. The second condition is satisfied. Now third condition, if transactions T2 perform read operations on A and it is produced by T1. First T1 perform write operations on A and then T2 perform that value. T2 perform read operations on that value, which is produced by T1. So this order should be maintained in this also. Here see, T1 is producing A and T2 is performing read operations on A. Order is maintained. Did you get it? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Again, T1 is producing B and T2 is performing read operations on B. Then same order is maintained in this. नो कन्फ्लिक्शन. अगर ऑर्डर जो है रिवर्स हो जाएगा तो इसका मतलब आपने क्या किया, कन्फ्लिक्टिंग इंस्ट्रक्शंस को आपने क्या किया, स्वैप कर दिया. और जैसे स्वैप कर दोगे क्या होगा, आपका डेटाबेस इनकंसिस्टेंट स्टेट में चला जाएगा. डिड यू गेट इट देवेश?
Yes, sir.
So these three conditions must be satisfied for view serializability. Now see this case. Here, suppose we have a schedule S and another schedule is S dash. In this, there are three transactions. Read A, write A, then write A, and here write A. In this schedule, we have read A, then write A, then write A, then write A. Now see, this S is a non-serial schedule. Okay. But we cannot find any equivalent serial schedule. Why? Because there occurs confliction between write if we both transactions are performing write operations on A. So we can't swap and we can't get this serial schedule. So S is not conflict serializable. In this case, S is not conflict serializable. And you can check it through algorithm. Since there are three transactions we can represent each transactions with the help of the node, and here confliction occurs, so we can draw edge from T1 to T1 to T2. We can draw edge from T1 to T2. Then we can draw edge from T1 to T3. Again for this we can draw edge from T2 to T1, and we can draw edge from T2 to T3. Here we get the cycle. So we can say that S is not conflict serializable. Now I am going to check whether these two schedules are view equivalent or not. First condition, if transactions T1 perform initial read on A, then that must be in S dash also. Here the T1 also perform initial read on A. Second condition, if T3 transactions perform final write on A, so here also T3 perform write operations on A. Third condition, if any Tj perform read operations which is produced by T1, then that order will be maintained in second schedule also. But since here there is a blind write, so no transactions is performing read operations which is produced by T1. See here, T1 is producing A, but T2 without reading perform write operations. T3 without reading perform write operations. Then condition number 3 is not applicable in this case. And since condition number 3 is not applicable in this case, so we can say that S and S dash are view equivalent. Did you get it? Hello, Devesh. Please let me know.
Yes, sir.
हमने क्या बताया, अगर कोई शेड्यूल नॉन सीरियल शेड्यूल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सीरियलाइजेबल नहीं है और ब्लाइंड राइट है, तो आप देखो यहाँ पे ये ब्लाइंड राइट है, ये ब्लाइंड राइट है. ब्लाइंड राइट का मतलब विदाउट रीडिंग दैट डेटा आइटम परफॉर्म राइट ऑपरेशंस. Without reading that data item, if T3 perform write operations, so here two blind write, T2 is performing blind write and T3 transaction is performing blind write, then there may be possibility of view equivalent. And why S and S dash are view equivalent? Because condition number 3 is not applicable in this case, and that's why we can say that S is view serializable. And since S is view serializable, then there may be conflict serializable or may not be conflict serializable. So first we will check whether S is conflict serializable. So here S is not conflict serializable. So this is the example of view serializable schedule, which is not conflict serializable schedule. Otherwise, each conflict serializable schedule is also a view serializable. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
That's all about view serializability. तो बहुत ज्यादा क्वेश्चन व्यू serializability से नहीं आता है. अब यहाँ पे आप ये देख लो कि जैसे मान लो ये इसने रीड किया और ए की वैल्यू मान लो 50 थी. अब इस ट्रांजैक्शंस में क्या हुआ कि इसने बिना देखे इसकी वैल्यू ए की कर दिया 55 और इसको 25 करना था. ठीक है, इसे 25 करना था, लेकिन अगर ये 25 पहले भी कर देता तो ये बिना देखे 55 तो करता ही करता. डिड यू गेट इट? तो रिजल्ट में कोई फर्क
Yes,
नहीं
sir.
पड़ता, रिजल्ट में कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। तो इस केस में वो स्वैप कर दे रहा है कि एंड रिजल्ट में कोई फर्क नहीं हो, ए भी बिना देखे 100 करेगा, तो अल्टीमेटली डेटाबेस की वैल्यू क्या हो गई 100। तो यहां पे भी अगर कोई वैल्यू रीड 50 था 50 किया, और अगर मान लो इसको 15 करना था तो ये 15 कर दिया, लेकिन ये तो 55 करेगा ही करेगा, और ये क्या करेगा उसकी वैल्यू को 100 करेगा। तो जो एंड रिजल्ट है एक की दोनों केस में क्या आएगा 100 ही आएगा कि नहीं? हेलो,
Yes, sir.
कोई इफेक्ट तो नहीं पड़ेगा एंड रिजल्ट पे। तो इस केस में इस यहां पे सीरियल शेड्यूल बन गया और एंड रिजल्ट भी मिल गया। इसीलिए कहा जा रहा है कि कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सीरियलाइजेबल शेड्यूल रीड राइट राइट रीड एंड देन राइट राइट तीनों को कन्फ्लिक्टिंग मान रहा है। लेकिन यहां इन केस ऑफ ब्लाइंड राइट, जहां पे रीड नहीं कर रहा है, बिना देखे ब्लाइंड राइट कर रहा है, उस केस में आप कह सकते हो कि ये इक्विवेलेंट होगा सीरियल शेड्यूल के, और डेटाबेस भी उस कंडीशन में कंसिस्टेंट ही रहेगा। आई थिंक यू ऑल अंडरस्टूड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट। तो अगर कोई क्वेश्चन पूछा जाता है कि वेदर द गिवन शेड्यूल इज व्यू सीरियलाइजेबल और नॉट, तो सबसे पहले आप क्या देखोगे कि वेदर इट इज कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सीरियलाइजेबल और नॉट। अगर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सीरियलाइजेबल है तो ऑब्वियसली इट विल बी व्यू सीरियलाइजेबल। अब अगर कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सीरियलाइजेबल नहीं है तो आप देखोगे शेड्यूल में कि नहीं है। अगर ब्लाइंड राइट है तो आप कह सकते हो कि डेट नॉन सीरियल शेड्यूल में बी व्यू सीरियलाइजेबल। ठीक है, एंड देयर इज नो एल्गोरिथम to find out whether the given schedule is view serializable or not. Why? Because to find out the factorial of n is very difficult, and as you all know, millions of the transactions are executing concurrently in railway reservation system, in air reservation system. So to find out factorial of 10 millions 20 millions is very difficult, and then one by one to check whether this non-serial schedule is equivalent to that serial schedule or not. If that non-serial schedule is equivalent to any serial schedule, okay, then we can say that your non-serial schedule is view serializable without affecting the end result, if that non-serial schedule is equivalent to any of serial schedule. So that's all about serializability. In next lecture, I will explain recoverability. So serializability ensures isolation property and guarantees that your database will remain in consistent state. And this is very important topic, and question have been asked in AKTU end semester examination, GATE examination, or any competitive examinations, NET examinations. Okay. Is there any question?
सर अगर नॉन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सीरियलाइजेबल है तो
हाँ,
सीरियलाइजेबल कैसे होगा?
नॉन सीरियल शेड्यूल है कोई, अगर
नॉन कॉन्फ्लिक्ट
नॉन कन्फ्लिक्ट नहीं होता, कन्फ्लिक्ट सीरियलाइजेबल। अच्छा, एस इज नॉट कन्फ्लिक्ट सीरियलाइजेबल ना, सपोज एस इज एनी नॉन सीरियल शेड्यूल, this S is non-serial schedule, okay, and if it is not conflict serializable, it means that after swapping the non-conflicting instructions, we are not able to get any serial schedule which gives the same result which is produced by S. Then we will say that S is not conflict serializable. Okay, but in view serializability, there are different conditions in which we have to maintain the order in case of read write, but blind write is allowed in view serializable schedule, and in conflict serializable not allowed. That's why I am saying that conflict serializable is more stringent than view serializability. जो कांस्टेंट ऑफ कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सिलाइजेबल है वो ज्यादा जो है स्ट्रिक्ट है, वो राइट को भी अलाउ नहीं कर रहा है. व्यू सिलाइजेबिलिटी क्या है, लिटिल बिट लीनियंट है कि उस केस में अगर देख रहा है कि राइट का ऑर्डर चेंज कर दे रहे हैं, ब्लाइंड राइट है और एंड रिजल्ट में कोई चेंज नहीं आ रहा है, तो वो कह दे रहा है कि इट इज इक्विवेलेंट टू दैट सीरियल शेड्यूल. दैट्स व्हाई every conflict serializable schedule is view serializable schedule, but vice versa is not true. Did you get it?
Yes sir.
Hello?
Sir, blind write क्या है?
क्या है?
Sir, blind write क्या हो?
Blind write means without reading, if any transaction is performing write operations, बिना देखे write परफॉर्म कर दे रहा है. जैसे यही केस अभी हमने बताया था कि देयर आर 3 ट्रांजैक्शंस T1, T2, T3. तो इसने क्या किया, पहले रीड किया, ठीक है, देन परफॉर्म कर रहा है राइट ऑपरेशंस, और ये बिना देखे सोच के आया है कि मुझे तो बस राइट परफॉर्म कर देना है. ये भी बिना सोचे समझे कह रहा है कि मुझे क्या करना है, राइट परफॉर्म कर देना है. अगर ये रीड करके राइट करते तो क्या होता, आप उसे ब्लाइंड राइट नहीं कहते. डिड यू गेट इट? हेलो? कि आप कोई भी डेटाबेस आ रहे हो, बस आपने क्या किया कि मुझे तो बस देखना ही नहीं है, बस सीधे अपडेट कर देना है. क्या इनिशियल वैल्यू है, एट प्रेजेंट क्या वैल्यू है, कुछ नहीं देख रहे हो. इसने आया कि हमें तो बस 100 जो है वैल्यू ए में स्टोर करना है. ये आया कहा कि हमें तो 200 स्टोर कर देना है ए में, और चूंकि जो है दोनों जो है शेयर ए को शेयरिंग मोड में यूज कर रहे हैं, तो ये क्या किया कि यहां पे आया, रीड किया, इनिशियल वैल्यू 50 थी, देन इसने इसमें 5 का इंक्रीमेंट करके राइट कर दिया 55, और ये बिना देखे कुछ भी हो इसकी वैल्यू हमें 100 करना है. अगर कुछ भी इसकी वैल्यू हो इसे हमें 200 करना है. तो अल्टीमेटली तीनों ऑपरेशंस के बाद ए की वैल्यू क्या होगी, 200 होगी. अब अगर हम इसको चेंज कर दें, इस टाइप से कर दें कि पहले ये परफॉर्म करे रीड ए और फिर बिना देखे ये राइट ए कर दे, और फिर ये इसके बाद राइट ए करे और लास्ट में ये राइट ए करे. तो इस केस में 50 वैल्यू थी, इसने क्या किया कि बिना देखे यहां पे क्या कर दिया, 100 कर दिया. अब ये जो है इसमें 5 का इंक्रीमेंट कर रहा है, तो 5 का इंक्रीमेंट कर रहा है, तो अगर ये शेयर डेटा कोई यूज कर रहा है मान लो, या ये रीड करके 50 कर लिया है, कुछ भी कर रहा, तो ये जो है 5 का इंक्रीमेंट करेगा, तो ये जो भी वैल्यू होगा, अगर ये इसके पहले कर रहा था 5, मान लो 5 कर रहा था, तो यहां पे भी ये सोच रहा है कि हम 5 कर रहे हैं, लेकिन अगर यहां पे ये कमिट कर दिया तो 100 वहां पे हो जाएगा, या अदरवाइज इसने मान लो 55 ही किया, ये सोच रहा हमने 55 किया है, और लास्ट में ये भी बिना देखे जो है क्या कर दिया, 200 कर दिया, और इसके बाद कमिट कर दिया. तो अल्टीमेटली दोनों शेड्यूल में डेटाबेस में गया क्या, बताइए? 200 गया. तो इसीलिए ज्यादा स्ट्रिक्ट नहीं है, लेकिन अगर कुछ केसेस हैं ऐसी जहां पे रीड भी होगा, तो उस केस में इससे इनकंसिस्टेंसी आ जाएगी. इसीलिए कॉन्फ्लिक्ट सिलाइजेबल इसको भी ब्लाइंड राइट को भी अलाउ नहीं कर रहा है. डिड यू गेट इट? हेलो?
यस सर.
लेकिन यहां पे ये वो ब्लाइंड राइट नहीं, राइट कहीं पे भी आ जा रहा है, उस ऑर्डर को वो चेंज नहीं कर रहा. लेकिन व्यू सिलाइजेबल थोड़ा सा लीनियंट हो गया है कि अगर ये ब्लाइंड राइट कर रहा है तो एंड रिजल्ट में तो कोई चेंज नहीं होगा. डिड यू गेट इट? और अगर एंड रिजल्ट में कोई चेंज नहीं हो रहा है, तो इसको अगर हम सीरियल शेड्यूल बना भी दे रहे हैं, तो ये इसके इक्विवेलेंट है कि नहीं है? और जब ये इसके इक्विवेलेंट है तो बोथ आर व्यू इक्विवेलेंट, and since one is a serial schedule, so this non-serial schedule is view serializable. So I hope that you understood this concept. Hello?
Yes sir, I got it.
So all conflict serializable schedules are view serializable. All view serializable schedules may or may not be conflict serializable. So vice versa is not true. So conflict serializability, या constants of conflict serializability is more strict than view serializability. Okay, now time is over. Let me download the attendance. Then you may leave the session.